lovely library. I am Elsa, and your librarians love you so much that they asked me to come and give you a story time. They wanted me to share one of my favorite stories. I think you're going to love it, and maybe it's a story that you have never heard before. I hope that you have fun. I hope you laugh. I hope that you get up on your feet and do a little dancing. We're going to have a great story time. Now, I'd like to start with something very important. I would love to know your name. Each one of you is so important to me. I think you know my name. What's my name? Can you say it out loud? My name is Elsa. I am different from anybody else you've ever met. Do you know why? There is something that has made me different from everyone else for my entire life. And I'm okay with that. For a long time, I just wanted to conceal, don't feel, put on a show, make one wrong move and everyone will know. Ava, have you gotten to love who you are? Are you so proud to be Ava, like I'm proud to be Elsa? I'm really excited. I get to meet Y-O-U. And Henley, hi. Evelyn, I can't believe you're 3 years old and we get to spend time together today. And I get to share with you my favorite story. Semra, hi. 5 years old? Oh my goodness. I remember when I was 5. Anna and I had so much fun when I was 5 and she was 3. We had tons of fun playing. We would wake up really early in the morning. Okay, Anna would wake up really early in the morning and she would say, the sky's awake, so I'm awake, so we have to play. And so then I would use my ice powers to make all kinds of fun toys for us to play with and mountains for us to climb up and slides for us to slide down. It was so fun. Being 5 and being 3 and being 4 like you are, Ava, those are such wonderful ages. I'm happy to be exactly how I am, but I certainly remember being your age and it was so fun. Sophia, I didn't know you were going to come to story time today. Welcome. And Amelia, it's super great that you are here. You're going to love this story and I'm going to love getting to know you better. Guys, I can't believe that I get to share this book with you. It's called A World Without Color. I don't know if you guys love reading as much as I do, but reading has always been so special to me, especially because there was a time when I was younger that I accidentally hurt my sister with my ice powers. I didn't mean to do it. My ice powers are what have made me different from everybody else. I have always been so different. Normal rules did not apply. I am happy to have ice powers now, but to be honest, I was kind of scared of them when I was little. When I hurt my sister, I was scared that maybe the next time we played, I would hurt her too. So I stayed in my room all by myself, trying to control my powers, but not trying to figure out how to use them. I was actually trying to figure out if I could get rid of them because I didn't want to be me anymore. I think now that it's good that I have ice powers. Do you guys think that I should get rid of my powers or should I learn how to use them better? If you think I should learn how to use them better, do a heart reaction on this video. And if you think that I should get rid of them, do a thumbs up reaction on this video, okay? I want to see what you guys think about that because I've thought both things myself. Oh, I love that we have sisters. Sailor, you're 7 years old. And being a big sister is an important job, isn't it? I am glad that you are a big sister because being a big sister is a great way to practice being your best self. You know, you are looked up to when you're a big sister. That means it's important to do the right thing and to do the best that you can to show your siblings who are littler what they can do to be happy. That's a big, important job, and it can be kind of scary sometimes. But I'm really glad that I did it. Oh, look at all of those votes for me to keep my powers. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like me just as I am. I did see one vote for trying to get rid of my powers, and I understand that. Everybody in Arendelle wanted me to get rid of my powers when they found out I had them. But I'm glad I kept them because I have learned how to control them. Oh, my goodness, Chapel, you're a little sister, huh? Am I saying your name right? You are the very first person I've ever met with your name. That's really special. Tell me if Chapel is the right way to say it because I want to make sure I'm saying it just right. Your name is important to me. And especially because it's your birthday. Happy 3rd birthday. That's so awesome. Ava and Emma, hi. I love it that you are here for story time. I was hoping that you would join us. Now, you came just in time for us to start our story. I didn't want to start it without you, Ava and Emma, but now we are ready to start. Oh, good. I'm glad I'm pronouncing Chapel right. It's a beautiful name, birthday girl. This book is called A World Without Color. First, before we start our book, I have to know, what is your favorite color? Can you shout it out loud? I'm going to shout it too. Let's all do it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Blue! All the colors of the rainbow are just wonderful. And really, the world wouldn't be the same without all of them. But my favorite color is blue, and do you want to know why? My favorite color is blue because when you dig deep enough down into the snow, it's blue inside. It's kind of magical. Next time it snows a lot where you live, make sure you dig a deep hole in the snow and see what color it is. At least Arendelle snow is blue inside. All the snow I've ever seen is that way. Tell me if it's different though, next time you dig deep in the snow. Oh, we've got red as your favorite colors, Ava and Emma. Tenley likes purple and pink. Those are Anna's favorite colors. Do you know who Anna is? Yeah, my sister. Oh, and Ava, you like purple and pink too? Okay, so as we read our story, I have a favor to ask of you. Every time you type something, I get to see it, which is so wonderful because then I get to know you better. I love being friends with you. Can you make sure to put your name before every comment you make? That helps me to learn your names better. And I love being with you. I want to know everything there is to know about you, and your name is one of the most important things. Just like that, Evelyn. Thank you. I love to know that, Evelyn, your favorite color is red. Red is a lovely color too, and it's quite a royal color. The very first color that our book is going to talk about is a color. I'm going to give you some clues, and I want to see if you can guess what color the first one is. It's the color of an elephant. What color do you think that is? I'll give you another clue. It's the color of clouds on a rainy day. Let's see, one more. It's the color of a nail that you might build a house with. This is Bleekersville. Good job, Ava. Gray is not a very popular color, but that's a good one anyway, isn't it? This is Bleekersville. Everything was gray on gray on gray. Look at that town. Oh my goodness, Chapel, you got an Elsa dress for your birthday. Is it this one that I made on the North Mountain? Or is it one that I took an adventure in the unknown? I would love to see it. Oh, and guys, if there's ever a picture you want to share with me of a beautiful dress you have or something special you made, or maybe a brother or sister that you have, all you have to do is make a post on this group. And it's just a private group for us friends, so I'll be able to see it, and I promise I'll respond to every single one. Tenley, you knew what color all those things were, right? Gray. This entire town is gray. Now, Arendelle is definitely more than one color. Arendelle is not just gray, and it never has been. But in Bleekersville, the buildings were gray, the sky was gray, the trees and the animals were gray. Gray trees? I've never seen that before. Even the people were gray. Oh my goodness. What a horrible, mundane place. But that was all about to change. So the people who live here don't like it that it's all gray. Oh, we get to meet some of the people who live there. That's great. Oh, Tenley, you're wearing my spring dress? I have that dress in my closet at home. It's green and mine has flowers on it and some jewels up here. I do love jewels and a really good cape. Oh my goodness, if you'd like to share a picture of it, I'd love to see. Little Casey Amos is the first person we get to meet in this town. He is right here, and he was feeling especially gray. What's wrong? His father asked. Can you find his father? Yeah, can you tell from the picture what his father's job is? Yep, a postman, right? He delivers mail to people, doesn't he? We have one of those in Arendelle, too. Everything in Bleekersville is just so dull, sighed Casey. Well, it didn't always used to be this way, said his father. But then a very long time ago, everyone thought that if everything was the same, all of their problems would go away. I don't think it worked, Casey grumbled. Do you like it when things are all the same or when things are different? Like, let's imagine all of your favorite stuffed animals. If all your favorite stuffed animals were just the same, they weren't different, would that be good? Or would you miss some of the ones that are different? Yeah, I have a very favorite stuffed animal. His name is Sir Jorgen Bjorgen. But I have other stuffed animals that I love too. And I like that they're all different because sometimes I feel like playing with Sir Jorgen Bjorgen and sometimes I feel like playing with somebody else. I used to make all these toys for Anna and me to play with out of snow. You know how if you squish snow together, it can make different things? I can use my ice powers to make things out of snow too. And I used to make all kinds of toys for us to play with. And I made sure that we had different toys, toys of all shapes and sizes. And it was even more fun that way. I'll tell you what, said Mr. Amos. I can help how you're feeling, but first, I want you to deliver the rest of these letters for me. Do I have to? Sighed Casey. Just remember this, said Mr. Amos. Some of these letters will make people laugh or cry or jump for joy. When they do, I want you to put yourself in their shoes. That means if you're putting yourself in somebody's shoes, it means you're imagining how they're feeling, trying to understand them. Like this. Can you put yourself in my shoes? Imagine how I'm feeling and try to feel the same way. Ready? Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. How do you think I was feeling right then? I was feeling surprised. Do you know what it's like to feel surprised? Yeah, maybe on your birthday you've been surprised. And if you know how it feels to be surprised, you can put yourself in my shoes. So I think maybe Casey is going to put himself in people's shoes as he delivers their letters today. But he doesn't want to deliver the letters to begin with. This bad day just got worse, said Casey. But he went on his way anyway with the letters in hand. Let's try to put ourselves in Casey's shoes. Can you tell by his face how he's feeling? I don't think he's happy. Nope, he doesn't want to be doing it. He has a frown on his face. But he comes to his first delivery. It's Mrs. Maud. Here you are, Mrs. Maud. Do you mind reading it for me? Said Mrs. Maud. My eyes aren't what they used to be. So Casey did. It's from your son, he said. Your son can't come home for your birthday this year because he doesn't have enough money. Mrs. Maud began to, can you tell from the picture? She began to cry. How is she feeling? Happy or sad? Yeah, she's feeling sad. Then Casey remembered. It was the saddest thing he had ever seen, but he remembered what his father said, and so he closed his eyes and tried to really imagine what would it be like if his family had to miss his birthday. He started to feel sad for Mrs. Maud. When he opened them again, something strange and wonderful began to happen. What changed, you guys? What changed about Mrs. Maud? Yeah, Mrs. Maud, said Casey, your dress, it's blue. Blue, said Miss Maud, astounded. I've read about it, I've heard about it, but no one has ever seen anything but gray for a very, very long time. Thank you, she said, and goodbye. This is a good day. Good job, Tenley. Her dress is blue, and that's something different for Bleekersville, isn't it? And he looks very surprised. Look at, can you make a good surprised face like him? I made a surprise face earlier, and now it's your turn. Ready, set, go. Surprise! Ooh, that's a really good surprise face. Casey wanted to run back home and tell his father as fast as he could about what was happening. But he still had letters to deliver, so instead he went on his way. He was marveling at all the new shades of blue in the world. Now, blue is my favorite color, and I want to play a little game with you, okay? I am going to sing a little song, and while I sing, I want you to go find something blue and bring it back, okay? Are you ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3, go! Do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play. I never see you anymore. Come out the door. It's like you've gone away. We used to be best buddies, and now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you want to build a snowman? It doesn't have to be a snowman. Welcome back. What blue thing did you find? I think scavenger hunts are really, really fun. We're gonna do some more of it. Good job finding your blue thing. Should we turn the page and see what happens next? Okay, here we go. Ooh, you have a Thomas the Train Railroad set, Ava? That is so fun, and the colors on it are lovely. Ooh, Ava, your brush is so nice and blue, and Emma, a blue car. Nice work. Tenley, a blue exercise ball. Is it a really big one? I have a really big blue exercise ball in the castle. Okay, look, you guys get to see Bleekersville with some blue in there. Ooh, Sailor, I love that you found such an exciting blue object. That's really cool. Well, he's going to find Mr. Weaver now. I have a letter for you, Mr. Weaver, he says. It's from my old army unit, said Mr. Weaver. They've named me the bravest soldier to ever serve in their company. There's even a medal. Oh, Sailor, I was wondering, are you going to eat that popsicle? If you're not, you should probably run really quick and put it back in the freezer. But if you eat it, I hope it's delicious. Popsicles are one of my favorite desserts. Mr. Weaver held up the medal. Could you help pin it on for me, Casey? Can you tell what happens when he pins on the medal? Something new happens. Casey pinned on the medal, and he began to imagine how proud Mr. Weaver felt. Then something strange and wonderful began to happen. Mr. Weaver, he said, your medal, it's purple. The color, said Mr. Weaver, astounded. I've read about it. I've heard about it. But no one in Bleekersville has ever seen anything but gray for a very long time. He saluted Casey a goodbye, and though Casey wanted to run home and tell his father all about what was happening, he still had more letters to deliver. So he went on his way, marveling at all the marvelous new shades of purple and blue in the world. Now, we have somebody who feels very proud. Mr. Weaver feels proud because he was a brave soldier. I felt really proud when I saved Arendelle. Do you remember? Have you seen Frozen 2? If you've seen Frozen 2, I want you to do a heart reaction on this video. In Frozen 2, at the end, there was a wall that came down. Anna helped that wall to come down, and her idea was kind of crazy, but it worked. She had the big rock giants throw rocks onto the big wall, and they made it fall, but it was holding back lots of water. That water was going to flood my entire kingdom. I was able to ride there on my water horse, and I used my ice powers to protect my entire kingdom. I was so proud that I finally figured out how to use my powers to help Arendelle. I didn't want them to be afraid of my powers. I want them to feel safe because of my powers. I was so proud that I was able to help everybody. I almost felt like a soldier for my kingdom. Have you ever done something that you felt proud of? Learning something new is something you should feel proud of. Helping someone, that is something you should feel proud of. Would you tell us? Type in the comments what you have done that you are proud of. Evelyn, I love knowing that you feel proud when you do projects and when you eat all your food. That is so wonderful. Taking care of yourself is a great thing to feel proud of, and you should be proud of that. You are really important. So when you take care of your body by eating and having fun playing outside too when you can, those things should make you feel proud and happy. And I bet you've had some amazing projects. If you'd like to share any pictures of projects you've done, tell us, show us. Oh, Tenley. Ooh, that is definitely something to be proud of. Cleaning your room, that takes care of all of the toys that you have so they last a long time and so they're always fun to play with, and so you know where to find them when you want to play with them. I am proud to say that I keep my room clean all the time. Anna doesn't always clean her room, but she does feel very proud when she takes some time to clean it. Oh, Ava and Emma, you make your beds? Oh, I love that. I'm proud when I make my bed too, because then when it's time to go to sleep, it's all cozy and ready, and I feel like royalty climbing into that bed. And all of my favorite pillows and blankets and stuffies are exactly where I want them when it's time to go to sleep. That's my favorite. Oh, Ava, I love that you built Duplo box and a Thomas set. That's so great. Building something that you can play with is something to be proud of for sure. I was proud too when I built my ice castle. I finally was learning how to use my powers and giving them a try. And I was proud to build a castle that felt like home to me. It's time to see what I can do. Can you sing with me? To test the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Let it go, and I'll rise like the break of dawn. Let it go, and that perfect girl is gone. Here I stand in the light of day, and let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. Building that ice castle was the first thing that I really did with my powers just for fun, and it changed my life. Oh, Chapel, I'm glad that you're proud of how good you are playing with your baby kitty. I'm sure Sally Cat really appreciates you being able to be gentle with her and taking care of her, having fun with her too. Well, Bleekersville is looking lovely because we have 2 colors now. But we're not done because I have a letter for you, Ms. Anderson. He said, It's from a secret admirer, said Miss Anderson. She held the letter to her heart and she giggled. It says he thinks I'm the most wonderful woman in the world. Can you put your hands on your heart and giggle with me? Oh, just imagine feeling so happy that someone thinks you're wonderful. Well, you don't have to imagine it, because I really do think you're wonderful. And guess what? The grown-ups and the librarians who helped me to find you today, they think you're wonderful too. Well, when Casey began to imagine what it would be like to have someone admire him that much, something strange and wonderful began to happen. Your cheeks, Miss Anderson, he said. They're what color? They're red. Hey, that's your favorite color, isn't it? Some of you said red for your favorite. The color, Miss Anderson giggled. No one in Bleekersville has seen anything but gray in a very long time. She kissed him on the forehead just the same, and though Casey couldn't wait to run home and tell his father, he still had more letters to deliver. So he went on his way, awed by all the new shades of reds and purples and blues. Is this starting to look more like your town now? Mrs. Mack, said Casey, I've got a letter for you, and it's a big one. It must be my new joke book, said Mrs. Mack. She pulled a small book from the envelope and read aloud. Are you ready for a joke? We're going to read her joke. Okay, here we go. Why did the kid cross the playground? Casey didn't know, but I want you to think if you know something that would answer that joke. Why would the kid cross the playground? And while you think about it, I want you to go find something that's this color. What is this color? Yeah, go find something orange and think about the answer to that riddle. Ready, set, go. I'm going to count to 10 and see if you can come back by 10 with something orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tell me about what you found that was orange. And the answer to the joke is, why did the kid cross the playground? To get to the other slide, Mrs. Mack howled. And though Casey thought the joke was pretty silly, Mrs. Mack's laughter was contagious, and pretty soon, something strange and wonderful began to happen. Look, her hair turned orange. Ava, your orange squeezy pumpkin looks so squishy. I love it. That was the perfect thing to find. I think orange is probably harder to find than something that's blue. Oh, but Ava, your toy fish was perfect. And Emma, you got Zuma from Paw Patrol. Good thinking. I love that. Ooh, Tenley, a picture of you. Oh, the orange leaves in that picture are just right for our orange scavenger hunt. Nice job. Ava, I wanted to tell you that the fish you found reminds me of the fish that I saw in the sea. I didn't always know how to swim, but I learned how to swim, and I dove deep down into the sea because I wanted to get to Atahalan. That's where I met Knock, my water horse. And those fish were so beautiful, all different colors, but there were orange ones just like your fish. And I'm so glad that I practiced swimming, because if I never learned how to swim, I never would have met Knock, and I never would have made it to Atahalan. There was a voice coming from Atahalan, and it sounded like this. Ah. Can you sing that back to me? Ah. Your turn. Ah. 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 Well done! I'm so glad I followed that voice because I found my mother. She is one of the most important people in my life. I hope you always remember how special it is to be with your grown-ups. Now, we have more letters to deliver. Mr. Grant, I have a letter for you, said Casey. It looks like a Halloween party invitation. Oh, and Chapel. Finding orange in your book was so smart. Isn't it wonderful that books have so many colors in them, especially the books with pictures? I love reading. That was one of the things that I did in my room when I was all by myself. And you know, if you're staying at home a lot nowadays, your Huntley Library can help you with that. They love you and they want to take care of you. Now, when Mr. Grant got his letter, he said, "Oh dear, I don't like the sound of a Halloween party." Mr. Grant took the letter with a shaky hand and he began to read it. "It is a Halloween party invitation and it's too scary," he cried. He threw the letter in the air. Can you pretend to throw a letter in the air with me? And he dashed back to his shop. When little Casey began to imagine what it would be like to be that frightened, something strange began to happen. There was yellow everywhere now, too. The world might have become more colorful, but Casey wasn't looking forward to delivering this letter at all. It was the very last letter, and it was addressed to old Mr. Wilkes, the poorest and meanest man in all of Bleekersville. Oh my goodness. Well, it doesn't matter how much money you have, but it certainly does matter how kind you are. That's why I love Anna so much. She's always kind no matter what. "I have a letter for you, Mr. Wilkes," said Casey, trying to be brave. "I'm sure it's from the bank," Mr. Wilkes growled. He snatched the letter away, and then his mean old wrinkled face began to change. It's... He handed the letter back, and so Casey read it aloud. "Dear Mr. Wilkes, you've won the Bleekersville lottery." "That's a lot of money," said Casey. Mr. Wilkes began to dance around. "Come with me," he laughed. "Well, where?" asked Casey. "To the bank," said Mr. Wilkes. "This is more money than anyone could ever need, and I'm going to give you a whole bunch of it for delivering me this happy news." And when Casey began to imagine all of the things that he would be able to do, something very strange began to happen. There was green everywhere. Can you dance around like Mr. Wilkes? See if you can dance for this whole page, and maybe you can dance around to find something green. There was so much green, it was beginning to take over. Oh no. "Where are you going? Don't leave me alone. How do I follow you into the unknown?" Welcome back. Tell me if you found something green. "Oh, here you are," said Mr. Wilkes, and he handed Casey a stack of the greenest money he had ever seen. Then Casey remembered something. "Thank you, sir," he said, "but someone needs this more than me." And when he said that, all the other new colors began to shine just as bright again. We have a rainbow. "Ms. Maud, this is for you," said Casey. "Now you can have the best birthday ever, and your son can come too." Ms. Maud began to cry again, but this time they were happy tears. "I see red," said Ms. Maud, "and green and blue too." "So do I," said Mr. Wilkes. "Dad," shouted Casey, "the world is filling with color." Mr. Amos smiled. "Isn't it wonderful?" "You knew?" asked Casey. "Well, when everything is the same," said Mr. Amos, "it gets to be pretty boring, but if you take the time to feel what others feel, you'll start to see that it's all different colors in this world that make it so great." For the people of Bleekersville, soon the world was a pretty beautiful place. And I think that your world is a pretty beautiful place too. I'm so glad that I've been able to be a part of your world. I love getting to know you better, getting to know the fun things that you have around, like Emma, your Rocky from Paw Patrol. That's awesome. Your Paw Patrol has really come in handy. And your doll. That's great. And oh, Ava, I love your doll. Well done. Oh, and Tenley, that was smart. You already had green, didn't you? Because of your beautiful green spring dress you're wearing. Now, everybody is different. I'm different from everybody else, right? Because of my ice powers. But that's okay. It's good that I'm different because I'm me. There's nobody else in the whole world like you. So, I'm really excited to be your friend. I could never meet you, except for right now. I get to. There's nobody else in the world that could take your place. And I'm so glad you're exactly as you are. I don't want everybody to be the same. I like all of the things that are different. I like having toys that are different. I like having people that look different, people that act different, people that like different things. My sister and I like very different things. And the great part about that is when it's Anna's turn to decide what we do for fun, I get to try something I've never tried before. Like this. Before we say goodbye, I want to show you something that I learned from my sister. This is something different from what I would normally do because this is a very silly Anna thing, but I want to show you and we can do it together. My sister Anna is different from me because she likes to be very silly. And she taught me how to make a good silly face. Do you want to see it? Are you sure? Okay, clap 3 times and then I'll do the silly face, okay? Ready? Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, she said I was supposed to wiggle my fingers. Do you have a good silly face to do with me? Okay, let's do one together before we say goodbye. Evelyn, you're going to look wonderful with a pretty Elsa dress and a silly face on. Here we go. Ready, set, go. If it weren't for Anna being different from me, I never would have tried that silly face. I love being your friend, and I hope that you always remember me. And remember that the world is beautiful because everybody is different. And let it be a new adventure when you meet somebody who's different from you. Have a wonderful day. I'll be thinking about you in Arendelle. Bye!